Hey everybody, welcome back to theclinicaltrialsguru.com. Again, it's theclinicaltrialsguru.com. So, first of all, thank you for watching. Alright, make sure you subscribe. If you're new, welcome. Make sure you subscribe, whether you're on YouTube or the blog. Just subscribe. You don't want to miss out on cool stuff, on giveaways, on announcements. Lots of exciting stuff in store for 2016. And as a little side note to this video, the CRA industry, Clinical Research Associate industry, will be booming this year. I've heard from numerous credible sources that I have working at different CROs that the big players are looking to hire an additional 200 to 500 CRAs this year and are offering signing bonuses, referral bonuses. The key is you have to have experience, so that's where my CRA Academy comes in. Just call me or email me. Contact info's underneath here. To learn more about that, okay, because we can get you some experience in order to prepare you for the interviews and put you in a good position to succeed and to enter this career, enter the workforce as a CRA, okay? So this video is for the study coordinators out there. I apologize in advance to any research clinic owners. We might inspire some of your study coordinators to want to go start a clinic of their own. First of all, let me start by saying it is not easy, all right? But a coordinator, above all, even more so than a doctor, is most capable of being successful at starting their own site because they can dedicate 100% of their time to that effort, all right? Funding might be an issue. Covering your own living expenses for the first 6 to 12 months might be the hardest part for you coordinators. But as far as operating the business, there's no one better suited for that. I mean, you're looking at one here, and those people here, they're not behind me now, but the other coordinators you see back there are the other business partners that are back there. CS, who is part of my consulting firm, DSCS, he started as a coordinator, a lot of successful sites across the country, started out as research clinic coordinators first. It's not difficult, right? And if you need help, if you're a coordinator and you're interested in doing this and want to learn more, give me a call. I can either partner with you or do some consulting for you, 949-415-6256, or just email me, Dan at theclinicaltrialsguru.com. But coordinators are best suited for this because they have all the time in the world. They have the experience they need. A lot of brand new sites and a lot of brand new investigators get into research, especially investigators, okay? And investigators start hearing about clinical research. They think it's easy. They start their own site. They hire people who don't have experience, or they try, even worse, try to do the work themselves, and then just they create a huge mess. CRAs find major deviations, major issues, major consenting issues, and they never get a study again, either because no CRO will want to work with them again, or because the PI is just so disenfranchised in research that he wants nothing to do with it. Because you can create a whole lot of trouble for yourself and a whole lot of complications for yourself if you take on a study, even if you don't enroll any patients. You can make countless regulatory errors, and you're responsible for maintaining the regulatory files until the site is closed out. And even beyond then, you're responsible for the archiving of the study, even if you don't enroll patients. And then everything, of course, increases exponentially once you enroll your first patient. You don't even have to randomize them. Just having one screen failure is enough to even have an audit. So it very quickly can turn into a nightmare. And that's why I think, and not only think, but I've seen it with my own eyes and I've experienced it. The most successful sites out there have either been investigators who have hired, that means they can afford to pay an experienced study coordinator to take over their trials and to manage their trials, or a study coordinator, an experienced study coordinator who then partners with an investigator, and maybe the investigator can finance the initial stages of the business, and then they create a research clinic that way. So the best way to go about it is for a research coordinator to do this. If you are interested in doing this as a coordinator, if you're listening and thinking to yourself, hey, I've always thought about doing this, you need to separate yourself from the notion that you're not a salesperson, because the minute you become a business owner, you need to be focusing on sales in order to keep your business successful, or just keep your business, period. Right? A lot of people in this industry don't consider themselves salespeople, or think of salesperson as a dirty word. And hey, this is no different. Clinical research is no different than any other business in any other industry. You need sales, you need business development, you need more clients, meaning more studies to participate in. You need patients to enroll in your studies. You need physicians to participate or to refer study participants to you. All of that requires salesmanship, okay? So that's often been the biggest challenge for study coordinators when they leave the world of an employee and join the world of being an entrepreneur, is they've got to get good at sales. And some of them are born with it, others have to develop it, but it starts up here, all right? It starts with your mindset. So that's number one. Number two, all the stuff that you were worried about as far as the minute details of a particular protocol, you still need to bring that over with you to when you start the business, but you need to continue to focus on sales and building the business. Now, you still need to pay attention to detail. In fact, the reason a lot of sites fail is because they don't have experienced coordinators who even know what the details are that they need to be focusing on. So I've seen this with my own two eyes. You have someone starts a research clinic, has no idea what a clinical trial is, hires us as consultants. We can help up to a certain point, but every protocol has its own intricacies and details, and they lose track, or they don't even know what they need to focus on. And sponsors shut down the study, and then ultimately there's no revenue coming in, so the owner shuts down the site. So you need to bring your operational skills that you've been doing, or that you have as a study coordinator, onto your new business venture. Now, if you're a coordinator currently at a big site or a medium-sized site, and they delegate duties to you, just study coordinating duties, so you're not doing any regulatory, you're not doing any contracts and budgets, you're not doing any patient recruitment, guess what? You're going to have to do all those things at your new site, for your own business. So it's time, if you're preparing to make that transition, if you can, find a way to learn everything you can about those functions. Maybe ask someone at your site if you can help out or assist them on those things that you're not so experienced at, so that when you do make the transition, you are able to do it successfully, right? And you know what you're doing. And once you start getting some revenue, then you can hire experienced people for those tasks. But you definitely do want to watch out for your profits, watch out for your profit margins. You'll definitely start learning a lot of that stuff as a research clinic owner, as opposed to just a study coordinator. So definitely, I'm not saying it's easy, but it's doable. And the most successful sites are those owned by experienced study coordinators. But it's also just as easy to go out of business because you don't understand how to run a business, and you ignore what's important and what's the lifeblood of any business, which is sales, right? Also, you can get carried away with the amount of work you're doing. So you think it's difficult what you're doing now, working 40 to 50 hours a week. Guess what? As a research clinic owner, if you're doing all the work there, all the work, not just the coordinating work, all the work, you're going to be having 80-hour weeks. Even worse, you're not going to get a steady paycheck, right? It might take you 6 to 12 months, if you're lucky, until you can start paying yourself. But once you do, it's the most rewarding thing in the world, owning a business. I've owned a few businesses in other industries, particularly real estate. Those are rewarding as well. But clinical research, very few things in the world as rewarding as owning your own business, being an entrepreneur. A lot of you coordinators might be intimidated by the fact that there's a lot of work, and for those of you who think you're not willing to put in 80 hours a week, don't quit your day job, right? But for those of you that are and have aspirations and have ambitions, it's very doable, and you as an experienced study coordinator is literally the best suited person for the job of starting a brand new research clinic. Those are the people that me and Chris, my partner in the consulting firm, look for to partner at different research clinics, not to consult with, to partner with. Okay, because we understand through all of our experience that experienced study coordinators, there's no substitute for that. And to have someone, an experienced study coordinator, running a research clinic, a brand new one, running all the day-to-day activities of that site, is the best way to start a research clinic, right? Thank you very much for watching. This is Dan from theclinicaltrialsguru.com. Again, call or text me anytime, 949-415-6256. Dan at theclinicaltrialsguru.com. Take care.